Muy buenas, fanáticos. Aquí estamos en otro directo más. Vamos a empezar hoy con guerrilla y a ver qué nos cuenta esta gente, ¿no? Esperemos que sea un poco más movido que ayer, porque ayer vaya tela de locos. La última hora como si no hubiera estado, porque no es que dejara que desear, es que no deseo nada. Si no la hacen, se ahorran todo el dinero de ese. Vaya evento se marcaron los cracks. A ver, vamos a repasar qué eventos tenemos hoy. A ver, vamos a mirarlo. Ahora las 5. A ver. Ahora las 5, Guerrilla Collect. Luego tenemos Ubisoft. ¿Qué tenemos más? ¿Y por medio que había? ¿Ni nada? No puede ser. Tiene que haber algo por medio, tiene que haberlo. Como no lo haya, pues... eventos E3. Yo creo que había algo por medio, ¿no? A ver. A las 7. No sé quién son. Y luego Ubisoft. Ubisoft va a ser curioso, ¿eh? A ver qué nos sacan. Yo creo que con Ubisoft alguna expansión o algo así nos van a sacar de Assassin's Creed. No creo que enseñen ni nada de un juego nuevo. Lo dudo bastante. Del Far Cry igual enseñan algo. Me extrañaría que no lo hicieran. Pero es que el juego sale en nada ya. Supongo que no anunciarán cuánto sale y eso. ¿Y qué más? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más puede haber de Ubisoft así que nos pueda llamar la atención? Tampoco mucho, ¿eh? Tampoco creo que haya mucho. Sí, juegos top, juegos punteros, ¿vale? Estamos hablando de juegos punteros. No estoy hablando de juegos indies ni tonterías de estas, porque ya estas las regalan. ¿Qué pasa, Sergio Copetón? Ahí está el compi, a ver si se viene para aquí en breves. Tenía que hacer 4 cositas. Y un ratito se vendrá con nosotros a raguear y a criticar y a flamear duro el evento. Seguramente. Sergio, ayer ¿cómo nos quedamos? Tiritando. De todas maneras, creo que Guerrilla el día 2 de junio, si no me equivoco, hace otro evento. Pero no sé si es lo mismo. A ver, voy a indagar un poquito, a ver qué nos cuentan los de Guerrilla, a ver qué pueden traernos. Perfect Wall. No dicen mucho tampoco, de lo que van a traer. Los de Guerrilla son interesantes. Juego indie, Trifox, Moroi, Industria, El Paso, Teamage, Corre, Muere, Corre Siempre, Vértigo. No creo que targan tampoco nada así explosivo, ¿eh? Yo me imagino que el evento de... Yo creo que el evento de Guerrilla va a ser similar al de ayer que vimos, el último, ¿eh? Yo acabo de salir de la pelo y ahora iré... Fíjate a mis padres, necesito un baño para relajarme de esta mañana. Vale, Sergio, no te preocupes, yo cubro. Ya imagino, ya. Pero bueno, estamos 15 segundos y empezamos. Yo creo que van a haber muchos juegos indie también aquí, ¿eh? Yo hasta que no venga Ubisoft, que es a las 9, creo que va a estar la cosa bastante light. Creo que va a estar la cosa bastante light, ¿eh? Ya os digo, no... No creo que venga nada así, tocho. Si se pone a picar el vecino, ¡vecino! Está bien, ¿eh? ¡Cago en Dios! Hostia, me suena el tipo este de la izquierda, ¿me suena de algo? O creo que se parece a alguien famoso, ¿no? No creo, no creo que lo conozca. Bueno, conocerlo no. Pero digo, de vista y eso, en algún lado. Y se pone a picar el vecino ahora, tío. Es que son la hostia, tío. No hay hora para picar. Pinta picar ahora, desgraciado. Hostia, tío. Ponen a picar ahora los melones estos. Gameplay and reveals from studios of all sizes direct to game enthusiasts, all of you guys worldwide. We will continue the movement today, starting with a few announcements, exclusives, and premieres, and then connect with our friends. Está comentando básicamente que ahora va a enseñar las exclusivas que nos trae Guerrilla este año y para el año que viene. Y que nos van a gustar, básicamente. Pero esto lo decís todos. Siempre decís lo mismo. Ese es el problema, que siempre decís lo mismo. No espero nada de vosotros, pero la fe es lo último que se pierde. Está enseñando las compañías que trabajan con ellos, soportes. Super Sporting, sí, es Silver, Bronze. Alrighty, man. Also teamed up with Valve to showcase the games on Steam in order to support these devs. So be sure to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam where you can learn more about these. Los que ponen el dinerito, los que ponen el dinerito rico para que vaya. Ya te ponen un portátil de Razer ahí al lado, ¿sabes? Un portátilito de Razer para hacer buena publi. Que veas tú para qué usar el portátil. Está enseñando los partners, los que patrocinan el stream. Bien, me parece genial. Parece muy bien. ¿No puedo? Vamos a empezar, venga. A ver. Aragami 2. What? ¿Cojones? ¿Eso es de móvil? No. PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Aragami 2 is a third-person stealth game where you play as an assassin with the power to control the shadows. Cuidado, cuidado. Habilidades. Va en plan oscuridad. Gráficamente parece un poco truño, Pero mola. La jugabilidad mola. Supongo que será de ir avanzando por zonas, ir derrotando enemigos, aprovechándonos del entorno. Aquí vemos las hierbas, los saltos. Veo que tiene cosas para silenciar a los enemigos. Tiene chumpos. Eso está guay. ¿Cómo se llamaba aquel videojuego de PlayStation? ¿El Tenchu? Me recuerda al Tenchu. Por lo que veo también son una especie de mapeados. Al parecer son lineales. Supongo que será ir de A a B, ir aquí, robar estos documentos, asesinar a X personaje. Parece como de minijuegos, parece. No sé realmente si va a ser... ¿Ves? Aquí ha entrado, coge un pergamino. Ahora tiene que escapar. Si vamos arriba vemos ya también las misiones que nos piden. Entra en las minas. Ahí supongo que irás desbloqueando un árbol de atributos. Aquí vemos bomba de humo. Vemos para que él se ponga invisible, para que tenga un chumpo. Crea una sombra de distracción. Algo muy, muy clásico, ¿no? Por lo visto también tiene peleas. Pero parecen las típicas de bloquear, esquivar y pegar. No parece que tenga ninguna complicación. Tiene barra, supongo. Supongo que la barra que tiene abajo de la vida es la estamina, ¿no? Es la estamina que utilizará los NPCs. Pero las animaciones parecen curiosas. Guay, guay, guay. No llama mucho. Vale, vale, este es el 2. El 1 lo había visto. No lo he jugado, pero lo he visto. Pero tiene buena pinta, tiene buena pinta. Será el momento de planteándonos el... ¡Ojo! Por lo menos están cogiendo gameplays, trailers, uno a otro. Guay, 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 guay. Esto me gusta más. Esto parece un juego como así pixeleado, ¿no? Tiene elementos de 3D. Cuidado, ¿eh? Un juego indie, plataformero. Con elementos 3D. Pues tiene buena pinta, ¿eh? Tiene buena pinta. Fire Girl. Ojo. Interesante, interesante, interesante. Lo vamos a traer al canal, ¿eh? Tengo que hablar con Sergio y esto lo tenemos que traer al canal. Me parece muy divertido. Y el del ninja también. De momento, Guerrilla. Dos juegos que ha sacado. Dos que me parecen bastante jugables, bastante interesantes. Y si os dais cuenta, estamos empalmando, ¿eh? Trailer, gameplay. Bien, Guerrilla, bien. No la habéis cagado como ayer los tontos lava aquellos, tío. Madre mía. ¿Esto de qué será? ¿Un juego? Parece que tengas skills debajo. Historia. No llega a ser un juego visión periférica, ¿no? Parece plataformero, como el juego del Fénix, aquel que sacaron. Pues tiene buena pinta también. Me estoy quedando bastante sorprendido, ¿eh? Me estoy quedando bastante sorprendido, la verdad. Tiene pinta que sea como el juego ese. ¿Cómo se llamaba? El de los puzzles. El Fénix, ¿no era? ¿Cómo era? Juego PS4. ¿Fénix? ¿Cómo se llamaba? Mira, el Immortal Phoenix Rising. Tiene mucha pinta que sea del rollo así plataformero, ¿eh? Creo que está cogiendo cositas de, digamos Diablo, porque es el juego que todos conocemos, ¿no? Metiéndole mini puzzles. Tiene 3 ramas, unos 6 en verdad, porque tiene 3 y 3. Va cargando especie de barras también. De puntos, que supongo que serán los puntos que va a intercambiar a medida que vayas golpeando para poder hacer esas habilidades. Es lo que yo veo y entiendo. Supongo que esas 3... Cuidado. Son 4, 5, PC. Ojo. Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Otro? ¿Me pones otro? ¿No habláis ni 2 minutos? Vamos a ver qué es esto. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Un poco perdido, ¿eh? No sé qué videojuego es este. ¿Crime? Como se quede así, me quedo igual. Gráficamente no parece ninguna locura, gráficamente. Pero me tiene en una incógnita total, ¿eh? No sé qué juego es este. Yo aquí hablando de gráficos y no sé ni qué juego es, ¿eh? A lo mejor. De repente dices, hostia, me cayó la boca. Me cayó un mes. Y voy a dar una vuelta y vuelvo. No tiene mucha pinta, ¿eh? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Esto es el trailer? Crime. Me he quedado igual. Gente, 2021, ¿no ponéis ningún gameplay? Estos parecen una especie de Doom, ¿no? Oleadas de bichos.
Hello, my name's Josh Sullivan and I'm a designer on BPM Bullets Per Minute. BPM is a roguelike rhythm first-person shooter
Capturado en
game.
PlayStation 4.
And the actions of your enemies are tied to the beat of our epic rock opera soundtrack. Everything you do in
Perdonadme,
BPM
chicos,
is
pero
tied to
esto
the
me parece a
beat of
mí...
the music. This includes shooting and reloading your
¿Hasta qué
weapon.
punto esto es...? Como se ve así, te coge un ataque a los ojos, ¿sabes? Te peta el iris o algo.
Your goal is to reach the end of our procedurally generated dungeons, collecting different weapons,
¿Tiene bola de
abilities,
fuego?
and items each time you play.
Ahí tiras el
These weapons and
dinero, te dan
abilities can
armas.
radically alter the way you play,
Te vas
making each
mejorando el
playthrough
equipo.
unique. As the enemies are also tied to the beat of the music, fighting them can become an epic rhythm battle, making you, the player, feel like you're taking part in the soundtrack itself.
Parece un
through
Rock
your
League.
actions.
Rock Life de estos parece, ¿verdad?
Clearing each room will reward you with loot. The better you handled clearing the room,
Pero... ¿Cómo se ve así, tío?
each floor has either an armory or a library, where you can buy cool,
Teoría, tú vienes aquí y te cambias el arma.
exciting, game-changing abilities that make slaying enemies to the beat even more satisfying. You can also find
Vas
shops
desbloqueando
to purchase
una especie de
useful
mini
items for your
poderes.
weapon.
Ahí, por ejemplo, tiene el salto ese, el
Unfortunately,
chumpo.
not pet bird.
El dash.
Maybe next time though. Each floor has its own boss and attacks in a unique way that you must learn to exploit if you want to succeed.
Tiende de interesante de... Rock Life. Tiene toda la pinta que es eso, ¿eh? Seguro, 100% seguro estoy. Ir a las zonas, matarás a los monstruos, los bichos, irás sacando, en este caso, llaves, monedas, que luego intercambiarás por cosas mejores. Y cuando mueras, pues vas a empezar. Y se cambiará todo. Hostia, pero que se vea este color todo el rato. Pero no es 21, PlayStation 4 Xbox One. Lo siento, pero esto no... Colores se me mata, que sea todo el rato sí. ¿Toque con un palo? ¿Con la karateca? Cuidado, ¿eh? Esto es de guerrilla. Está sacando cositas. Tiene pinta un Hitnechu, ¿eh? A Katori. Era tu lista de Steam. Pues buena pinta tiene, ¿eh? ¿Exclusive? Esto es una Isaacs total. ¿Equipo? ¡Qué bueno! ¡Qué bueno! ¡Sí, señor! Sin ninguna duda, el mejor evento, ¿eh? Gente, mejor evento que han hecho. Que llevamos 15 minutos y parece que haya estado 2. Para Switch, Steam, para PC y Switch. Tiene cooperativo, un 10.
No Longer Home is a story game about graduating university and anticipating what comes next, or struggling with borders.
No, este es el juego que nos prestaron ayer. Es que estos juegos a mí me tirrían mucho, ¿eh?
In No Longer Home, you play as non-binary protagonists going.
No me acuerdo del juego que vimos ayer, no me acuerdo el nombre. Que era un juego así, que te acuerdas en una casa, había asesinatos y movidas. Y tiene mucha pinta eso, ¿eh? Tiene mucha pinta, que no digo que sea lo mismo, ¿eh? No lo creo. Pero que él tenía dolores muy buenos. Tenía dobladores muy buenos. El actor de Multiplayer, que hacía el de X-Men. X-Men. Esos juegos muy lentos, ¿eh? Tendría que gustar mucho este tipo de juegos. No creo ni que esto lo traduzcan. No lo creo. O sea que se va a inglés va jodidísimo. Sí, parece todo muy oscuro. Uf.
Hannah and I started work on No Longer Home 6 years ago after we graduated university.
Yo lo siento, chicos, pero este
and during the last year we moved in together.
No es mi juego, ¿vale?
After graduation, I unfortunately had to go back to Japan.
Si tuviera que elegir uno, no creo.
Started making No Longer Home as a way to stay in touch, but it rapidly grew as we realized how much we had to talk about and all the feelings we had to process.
No creo que votara a favor. Lo siento mucho, ¿eh? Lo siento molt, pero no. Eso también es de los creadores de Cyberpunk y esas movidas. Como muy raros. Estos juegos son muy raros.
We have some magic and swordplay popping off in the next segment with an update from a bonus.
Pero bueno, bien. 20 minutitos buenos. Que habrán sacado todo lo bueno ya, todo lo...
Guard your loot and upgrade your boots because we're about to slap you in the face with a spike ball mace. Bars.
Ojo. Ojo. Muchos dashes para saltar. Vemos que tenemos armas cuerpo a cuerpo, armas a larga distancia. Son como escopetas. Muy raro, ¿no? Ojo. Guay, guay, guay. Hostia, pero hay muchos guiños, muchos guiños y... Un poco de copiada, ¿Eh? Pues buena pinta, de momento. ¿Pero qué os pasa, guerrilla? ¿Qué os pasa? ¿Que no paréis de sacar cosas? Roguelike. Hostia. No entiendo esto cómo va, O sea, el daño que le debes hacer, ¿no? Otro juego para Steam. Steam, ahí sí tiene juegos, Steam, de ese tipo. El de World.
Greetings, friends. Senior game designer Slim Grant here.
¿Qué cojones?
About the Bard. Stylish and flamboyant, the Bard uses the magic of music to defeat their enemies and cure their allies. This twisting of song and magic created a versatile gameplay opportunity we felt was compelling enough.
Me acaban de matar.
Next class. Whether dazzling their enemies with dancing lights, weaving in and out of the fray, or conducting a frenzied symphony.
¿Pero
of
esto
combat,
qué es?
the Bard never shies
¿Esto qué es de
away
Game
from
Boy?
pulling out their instruments to string a few notes together. No matter what is needed, a Bard is always ready to take center stage and perform. And when the day is done, their enemies defeated.
¿Pero qué es esto? ¿Qué es un bardo? Va tocando musiquita por ahí, hace tus combos. Pero es de móvil seguro. No me creo que esto sea para una consola. No puede ser. Steam y Epic. ¿Pero qué haces, colgado? ¿Qué haces llamando eso? Si es una chusta terrible.
Procedural generation used in the game shows you some areas, bit of combat, and perhaps a new thing or two that you didn't see in the trail.
Okay, let's actually take it a bit slower. Let's start. I'll show you some controls. You can move your hero around with the left stick, responding to your pressure, and you can also dash and dodge on controller with the A button. And you attack with the right bumper. That's your standard attack. It now changed.
¿Esto qué es?
It used to be just like one attack before, but now it's like 1, 2, 3, fluidly changing to one another for a better feel of combat. You can also do a heavy attack, or what you could do is charge your heavy attack for special damage. Cool, right? And there are many different weapons in Loot Reaper, and each is useful in different scenarios, and has different properties, and you can do different stuff with it. Let's go to the first combat.
Que enseñando los distintos tipos de golpes que hay. Pero es que aquí, a ver.
let's approach these enemies up now and lure them onto our platform. Yeah, one by one, if you want. Or what we could do instead is like charge right in and use some heavy attacks and hope for the best. But that's usually not the best idea unless you have a large weapon. So instead we could, you know, always like isolate them into parts that we can manage, or we could skip them completely and go for the big guy here. That is very dangerous. So what I'm
¿Se cansa a medida que golpea?
charge my attack and slam the platform into it right for special damage.
Hostia, está curioso, gente.
But they are handcrafted at the same time. What we do is design lots of smaller areas with possible connections and then let the computer assemble them and look for logical relations between them. So even from small pool of objects, we're already getting some interesting variations in the levels. Enemies evolve for combat on the platforms. Some can even lock platforms together, preventing you from sliding away until you defeat them.
Está golpeando de lejos, tiene que moverse para adelante, para atrás, ir, volver.
Jump platforms or cause devastating damage. However, most of them have a
Bastante interesante, chavales. Lo digo completamente de verdad, me está molando.
You will visit many interesting places, obtain legendary weapons, meet animated characters, fight them, and ultimately die by your hand. But those who persist can take it further, explore places never seen before, face horror, and perish alone.
Loot River really has me intrigued. I really like what they're doing with the combat and the Tetris-like platforming elements. So cool. Yeah, and Demon Mirror has really great sound. You're just, dude, you're just saying that because you worked on that game. Yeah. So what do we got coming up next? Up next, we have some dark and sinister titles, starting with a physical release trailer of a gorgeous and deadly first-person action runner. Then we're jumping into a spoof on a beloved
A ver qué nos sacan ahora.
and ending it with an exclusive trailer.
Pero las cosas como son, Los de guerrillas se están montando un evento de verdad bueno. ¿Qué es lo que queremos ver los jugadores? Queremos gameplays, queremos ver trailers, queremos ver cosas. No que nos hable un tío durante media hora y que no sepamos nada. ¿Cómo? ¿Esto qué es Octopus? El Controller lo jugué. Subo a dar plataformas. Esto es una copia de Octopus. ¿Qué es el Spider-Man cutre o qué? Acrobático en primera persona. Corre, sí, será como ese que sacaron. Ah, no, ese es Ghost Runner para Switch. Ah, ok. Estaba flipando por un momento. Bueno, buen anuncio, la verdad. Es un buen juego, Hay niveles que son bastante jodidos. ¿Esto que se para Switch?
Os mesmos asistem como absurda adiluterusa.
No tiene pinta.
Despres res bastante.
El control este no me gusta, Es como de un arcángel, ¿no?
Uzul adi oscaridue. Orco tescoro. Veco mu borigi grenda dines rapado aximis euc veco centunio oxistinde.
Oh no! An evil fog is corrupting every living creature! There is one that is immune. Who is this mighty hero? A slime? How can an adorable little slime fight against this? This? Or that? Wait, where did it get that sword? Is that a meteor shower? How? Ice breath? When did you get that? Now there are two of them? Alright. Slimes can be heroes. Grab a friend
Madre
and
mía,
save
madre
the
mía,
world.
madre mía.
Using
Esto si no me lo saca no pasa nada.
unforgettable bosses.
Muy
Discover
infantil
new
esto, ¿no?
weapons and create your own magical abilities to express the way you want to adventure in
Sí que te da pinta de Switch.
Slime Heroes.
De Steam, ¿no? Steam Heroes. Hostia, qué trambótico esto. Igual.
I'm so excited we could finally announce PS4 and PS5.
Parece el Hugo. Me recuerda el Hugo, me recuerda.
Oh yeah, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Epic Game Store. Oh.
Basically, you'll be able to play Demon Turf anywhere.
Yep. But what is Demon Turf exactly? Well, Lucy, take it away.
Juego plataformero, 3D.
So her goal is to take on the Demon King.
Pues no tiene mala pinta tampoco.
I'll order, right?
Vaya cosita que nos traen esos de guerrilla. Vaya cositas. Cositas buenas, ¿eh?
Her best friend Midgie is also part of this epic quest. But enough of all that. Let's check out some gameplay, yo! Sizzle real time.
Hay cosas guapas, ¿eh? Interesante.
Beavis' moveset in Demon Turf has a lot of depth.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about combined moves.
También pienso que este tipo de juegos va muy enfocado para un tipo de jugadores, ¿eh? No creo que a todo el mundo le mole esto. Pero te da mucha movilidad. Aunque parezca súper cutre el movimiento, tiene mucha movilidad. Aprovechas todo el mapeado. Es un juego rápido, un juego que deberás ir avanzando, superando obstáculos. Ahí supongo que sí, si no... Oye. Pues tiene pintaza, ¿eh? Aprovechas todo el escenario, lo aprovechas todo. Paredes que ves que están al revés, las saltas para subirte a otras. Ok. Nice game. Nice game. A ver, ¿esto qué es? Madre mía, esto ya... ¿Esto qué es, un Zelda o qué? Arieta. Uf, te tienen que gustar este tipo de juegos, ¿eh? Pero veo que tiene muchos skills. Supongo que tienes que ir mejorando el personaje. Bueno, bien. No es un juego que a mí personalmente a primeras me llamaría la atención, ni mucho menos. Pero puedo opinar que no es malo. ¿Tú qué, Rambo? ¿Un metal? ¿Esto qué es? ¿Un Metal Gear? ¿Esto qué es? Esto es un Metal Gear, ¿no? Le mete como en el balón. Esto parece... ¿Qué va con un queso? Soy libre. Un metal. ¿Esto qué será? Esto parece un Metal Gear de coña, de risa, ¿no? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Qué cojones? Pelea por turnos, por lo que veo, ¿no? Ojito, 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 gente.
Hey, this is Matt, developer of Severed Steel, and I'm here to talk about some cool ways players have been playing the demo I released. So this level, you're typically supposed to kick that door open and deal with all the guys in the hallway. But players found a way to use the arm cannon to carve a hole to the left of the door like you saw, which gets you into this hallway. It's a little bit safer, and there's some nice weapons to find in there. A player did this cool thing where they throw their weapon down the hallway and then fight through the hallway. By the time we're at the end of the hallway, you're low on ammo or you're out of ammo.
Cositas, cositas, cositas. ¡Qué guapo!
Players have been doing cool stuff with manipulating AI. So you saw I just got wrecked kicking down that door. But if I use the...
tienes que ir intentando hacerte los cachitos, a lo mejor sin que te maten. En plan frenético, ir de aquí a aquí, hacer esto, tirar para allá, desviarlo. Luego pegar un tiro a este, irte corriendo para allá. Nice, nice.
And on my Discord, players have been sharing really crazy footage where in rooms like this with a really high ceiling, they are jumping and kicking off enemies to get loads of airtime they can use to get really stylish kills. In the arcade mode, you get points for stylish kills, and getting that airtime and killing enemies upside down really can rack up your score.
Tiene una pinta terrible,
More advanced stunts like this.
Mola, 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 mola.
Players doing stuff like that. I've been really thrilled with how players figured that out. And in one last clip, you could see some content that wasn't featured in the demo. A lot of players asked for enemy outlines to help discern them, so you can see I've added them here. And players asked for a double shotgun, which you see I'm rocking right now. I hope you enjoyed this preview of Severed Steel. It's slated for PC release late summer of this year. And if you like what you saw, definitely give it a wish.
Qué guapo.
If you are a console player, there are also PlayStation 4 and Xbox One releases planned.
Rompes escudos, te coges para saltar más alto desde la pared, das volteretas, está muy guapo, es muy frenético. GG. Guerrilla, GG. ¡No! ¡No! ¡No, no, 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 no! Este no me lo pongas. Este es el de ayer. Este juego es lo que vimos ayer, esto es una aventura de explorar, exploración. Nada, nada, chicos, nada. Esto nada, ¿eh? Sí, bueno, ok. Esto lo vimos ayer. Pero nada. No lo voy ni a mirar.
We will check in on a dark and beautiful pixel art RPG, help clean up a forensic nightmare, and then we are heading to an update from a mystical masterpiece from one of our Best of the Mix 2020 award winners. Grab your hazmat suit, Alex.
Oh, why?
Because we're about to go in and get grimy.
Let's do it.
Madre mía, qué caos. Blade. Blood. Esto es como aquel, como el juego ese, ¿cómo se llamaba? ¿Cómo se llamaba? El Brosto Force. Que llevas vampiros. Pero en el Brosto Force tú llevas Terminator, Robocop, héroes así, Rambo, héroes de pelis así en general. Aquí, por lo que veo, eso lleva vampiros. Blade, el Drácula de la película. ¿Ves? Mira, sí. Batch. Será eso, que cuando te le maten a uno, sacas a otro, luego al otro. Uf, este juego es complicado, ¿eh? A mí se me haría muy complicado jugar este juego, chavales. Ya os digo.
Hello, my name is Jacek Głowacki and I'm the head of company development at Broad Distance. We're established by Bluebird team and we've just celebrated our 12th birthday. Our goal right now is to become a fully realized AA studio.
My name is Krzysztof Ziomba. I'm a writer and game designer at Broad Distance. We make games with unique stories and visual styles, excellent soundtracks and captivating gameplay. We are known for our Vampire the Masquerade titles and Serial Cleaner. Our next game is its sequel, Serial Cleaners, a stealth action crime story set in 90s NYC.
My name is Miki Maika and I lead a team of 30 amazing game developers currently working on 3 different projects. Serial Cleaners is our biggest one so far and is set to launch later this year. We've got a good vibe and we're expanding, so come join us on our adventure to the 90s.
Ojo. Juego de sigilo. ¿Qué es una aspiradora? ¿Va borrando la sangre? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto, tío? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Ya he flipado, ¿Que va limpiando la sangre? Hostia, no sé, me han dejado loquísimo. Estoy alucinando, lo prometo. Pero para bien. Estoy bastante impresionado,
And what you see before you is our very first game, a cinematic platformer called White Shadows.
So White Shadows is basically a modern fable. It drops you off in this huge, weird, vertical world that is called the White City, even though it's really, really dark. And in this White City, there are the rats and the wolves, and they're in charge. And then there's the pigs and the sheep who do all the work. And then there's the birds who are, or at least so they say, to blame for a deadly pandemic.
And then there's you, little raven girl, trying to change all that. So basically, this game is not really a puzzle platformer, it's more of a trip.
It kind of drops you off in this really weird world, and if you imagine inside in Tim Burton having a really mean, weird little baby born in 1984, then you'd have this game.
It's black and white, it's dark, it has to do with a lot
¿Es
of
ambientado
stuff,
sin blanco y negro todo el día?
and it's
Mamá.
also entertaining.
Pues es que a mí esos juegos que se son de un color así, apagado, blanco y negro, ya me tiran para atrás. Pero parece un juego muy artístico, Eso sí, no entiendo nada. Supongo que será plataformero. Sombras blancas. Ojo.
माँ दुर्गा, मुझे आपकी जरूरत है।
अपने दिल की सुनो राजी, तुम्हें शक्ति मिल जाएगी। लड़ो राजू, योद्धा बनो।
¡Ojo, ¡Ojo! Vamos de juego. Ojito,
Shout out to Raji. Congrats on winning Best of the Mix 2020. Such an awesome studio out of India, you know. Also, Bats is looking mad slick, if I don't say so myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, before we move on to the next segment, we want to say thanks to our broadcasting partners, Twitch, Steam, IGN, and of course, GameSpot. Thank you guys for all your help in hosting the stream.
Yep. And also, don't forget to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam to wishlist the games, play the demos from this event, as well as from Wholesome Direct, which is coming up next. We have a link on the Guerrilla Collective website, guerrillacollective.com.
Up next, we're going to connect with our friends at Tiny Build. We're doing gargantuan things with really creative indie developers. Let's creep around the corner and say hello to our neighbor devs working with Tiny Build to peep what they have cooking up. Word.
Hello, Meatbag! This is my game, Despot's Game. I will give you a group of puny humans, and you will lead them to the end of the dungeon. If you can get past my cute little robots, zombie wombies, and flesh-eating cabbage rabbages. Despot's Game is a roguelike auto-battler. That means that all the fighting happens automatically. It also means permadeath and randomly generated dungeons. In order to win, your humans will need weapons or what
Madre mía, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto?
Combine different kinds of dumb items.
¿Estamos locos o qué?
Your own dumb army. Your
Hostia.
army needs to be positioned, fed, and genetically modified. Just don't get too attached to your little humans. They'll be dropping like flies.
Telita, peña, telita.
Little secret. If you make it far enough in the dungeon, you'll get the chance to fight other players! You probably think I came up with all this in order to raise a perfect army of mutated humans capable of conquering the universe, right? Wrong. I simply enjoy watching pathetic humans hit each other with refrigerators. You're in Despot's Game now! Config Games bears no responsibility for salty tears, broken keyboards, busted screens, or therapy expenses due to the effects of extended gaming sessions. Not recommended for use by children, pregnant women, or people who have loud conversations on their phones in public.
Esto ya es un poco especialito, chicos, este juego. ¡Oh! Juego por equipos.
This is Dustin.
And this is Eric from Animal.
And we're the creators of Ramen.
Along with our extremely small team of passionate individuals, we're really excited.
Juego por equipos, por lo que veo, ¿no?
Ramen's a food fighting arena game with a bunch of quirks and twists.
And today we're going to show you one of our favorite game modes, along with a new work in progress mode that we've been working on.
So let's start with the meatball mode.
Yeah, and meatball mode, it's all about putting the meat in the hole, the goal hole. You gotta jump in and take control.
Like, what does that mean? It sounds good, but what does that mean?
Well, it's it's basically kind of like Katamari, where the objective is to jump into a giant meatball, take control of it, roll around, charge it up, and
Como siendo albóndigas, de para arriba, de para abajo.
all while basically avoiding enemies and the onslaught of food that they throw at you. Next up, Bobo Ball.
Well, Bobo Ball is one of our newest work-in-progress game modes, but still a ton of fun. Players are now packing a Bobo Blaster that shoots Bobo Balls at a giant Bobo Ball.
Work together with your taste buds to blast the giant Bobo Ball into the opposing team's goal. But look, kills don't count in this mode, so prioritize getting the giant ball from A to B. But a few balls to the face never hurt anyone, so blast your foes to keep them from gaining control of the ball.
Blast your toes?
Foes.
Okay, bros, I guess. Wait, what's this written down about meat chassis?
We wrote that?
Madre mía, pero ¿qué es esto?
About meat chassis.
Oh, yeah, the old bag of meat and bones. You know, the players, the soup saviors. Players can customize their character almost however they want within our high-fashion, highly polished configurator zone.
Alright, well, within this configurator zone thing, when it comes to fashion, we got you covered with a trunk full of different culinary styles, vibes, and drips. Your soup slinger is yours to design and decorate. Honestly, the world is your oyster. Decorate to your heart's content.
Oh, and don't forget your old pop pal. I think it's time we wrap it up here.
Yeah, good idea. Thanks for tuning in to watch our video and giving us the opportunity to talk your ears off about ramen. Pretty excited about it.
Oh, and that being said, be sure to hop into our Discord so you can be part of the playtest and help us perfect the recipe of ramen.
Yeah, we hope you get a chance to play. We really appreciate all the support y'all have shown over the course of development. It really means a lot and motivates us. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
El siguiente que empieza ahora a las 6. A las 7. Mal. ¿Qué cojones? Ah, olvídate, ¿qué es esto? ¿Un Burger Simulator? Total, Burger Simulator total. Solo falta que te lleves a las VR. Madre, ¿esto qué es esto? El juego 100% Fast Food Simulator.
Have a happy humble day.
Ok.
Meet the creepy, AI-driven Mr. Peterson.
Oh!
This character has one mission, keeping you from discovering his secrets. Hello, and welcome to Hello Neighbor 2.
Pues ya
In
estaba,
this
¿no?
game, you'll be playing as a local journalist named Quentin, who is suspicious of his creepy neighbor, Mr. Peterson. For those new to the Hello Neighbor franchise, this is Raven Brooks, the sort of town where everyone keeps to themselves and...
El 2 ya estaba, ¿no, gente?
Normally, you would too, except a bunch of people have gone missing. And there's just something strange about your neighbor, Mr. Peterson. Everyone is afraid of him. There have been rumors of children going to his house and never being heard from again. Some people say he likes to lock people up in his basement. But no one has any proof. So people just try to avoid Mr. Peterson, his odd house, and ignore the strange sounds coming from his basement at night. You have a feeling that Mr. Peterson is behind all of the neighborhood disappearances, but no one believes in your ideas and theories. And while you normally wouldn't break into someone's house, you're the only one who believes something is wrong.
O sea, que el chaval que llevabas al principio lo habrá secuestrado y tienes que ir con él a por el...
AI that is constantly evolving. Our goal for Hello Neighbor 2 is to provide unique player experiences. This is an experience that is driven by the community. Mr. Peterson's behavior is a combination of a neural network and algorithms that allow him to constantly learn from his experiences with everyone who plays our game. It begins with the collection of player activity. Mr. Peterson takes note of player behavior, whether or not most players are likely to hide in a closet, use a certain escape route, or certain objects.
Ah, el pavo
Mr.
aprende.
Peterson's behavior may change and surprise you. How Mr.
El
Peterson
pavo
plays in one
aprende.
encounter with you might be different from the next, all due to his encounters with the game's community as a whole.
Interesante,
In
¿eh?
this way, the community's experience with Mr. Peterson changes over time, allowing for an AI that is developed through community actions, replayability, and great stories of neighborhood shenanigans. But these new
El
stories
pavo
go
va
beyond
aprendiendo
this.
cómo va juegas
In
tú.
Hello Neighbor 2, players can interact with all characters in Raven Brooks, and these characters share the same AI core, but behave differently and have their own stories for you to discover. So while you might think you're just playing the game, you're really contributing to the development and improvement of Mr. Peterson's AI. We hope this presentation of our AI and development gives you an idea of what to expect in Hello Neighbor 2. If you'd like to try an early access version of Hello Neighbor 2, you can wishlist the game on Steam and check out our alphas on the Microsoft Store. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the neighborhood.
Ok.
Ahoy, sailors! Not this again. Trash sailors! Pirate
La guía del
guide.
pirata.
Every pirate knows that the real treasure is friendship. Just kidding. It's trash. I love you, trash. It's everything. Fuel, building
Vas
materials,
pillando ítems, vas mejorándote el barco, vas avanzando pantallas.
trash as
Bien.
you can, and let her rip. Just remember, this raft is your only home. Take good care of it.
A medida que vayas reciclando cosas, se supone que irás sacando mejor equipo, armas para defenderte de cuando te ataquen.
Want to get their hands on our marvelous, beautiful.
El diseño es un poco chungo,
To your last breath and steer carefully.
El diseño es un poco chungo.
Don't forget to fix anything that breaks. Ah, scurvy bilge-sucking son of a seagull! If your enemies get close and the good old ship's cannons aren't enough, try the newfangled trash
Ostras, te vas mejorando la serie, es una locura,
aces up your
Se le va la olla en este juego.
Use anything you get your hands on. They want to steal our trash? Let them try. We'll hit them with everything we got.
Pero tiene buena pinta, ¿eh? La verdad que tiene buena pinta.
Shout out to Tiny Build. They are producing and publishing some of the most amazing indie titles coming out. Ramen is looking real fantastic.
Yep. And for our Guerrilla Collective 2 finale, we're going to head out with an exclusive, humbling conversation that we had with Innersloth, the team behind Among Us, and check in on some fun and upbeat games, as well as take a trip back to the arcade with some
A ver qué sacan de Epic Games.
retro throwback games. Before we finish everything up, we are also going to go to an exclusive interview with our friends at Limited Run Games. Let's rock. Welcome back to the Guerrilla Collective. We have Marcus Bromander and Adria Wallach from the Innersloth dev team. Super happy to have you guys hopping on the Guerrilla Collective for an interview. Tell us about yourselves.
I'm Marcus.
Nah, nos van a enseñar el nuevo mapeado que han puesto.
I worked on a lot of the art, the sound design, game design, and miscellaneous other spots in the game, but no coding.
Hi, I am Adriel. I'm the lead programmer at Innersloth, which means I live in the code, I make a bunch of lists, I tell the other programmers what to do, and I fix bugs.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the team and go into what you have in store for the game. But first I want to ask you a couple of questions about the team and how you're moving forward. So first of all, for people who don't know, where did your studio name Innersloth come from and who is repping the team?
So when we first formed our company, me and Forrest, we were trying to come up with a name, and we were kind of just stuck. So we went on a random name generation site and just like clicked through, and Inner Sloth just kind of felt. For me, it was like I have the motivation to make stuff, but like the inside of me is kind of lazy, kind of it's hard to get motivated sometimes. So that the sloth really stuck to me there.
You know, some people think that success is overnight, but you have all been grinding to make things happen with such a small team. What have some of the challenges been during the growth and iterative development of the game been?
I would say, I mean, just in general, going from 3 people to we're at 8 now, I think, is such a different work environment completely. Like getting everyone on the same page is something that's we're still learning how to do. Meetings have to start happening. You can't just tell. I'm used to telling one person and then things go from there, and now I have to make sure to tell everyone, and I have to learn how to write design docs. I can't just have it in my head and tell people.
That's dope. And you've been like an integral part of the indie community with helping out early on, you know, with the mega booth, and then really orchestrating Train Jam and been involved in so many projects. How has it, like, I understand how you kind of joined the team. How has it been on the opposite end of, like, you know, communicating with Marcus and everybody on the team?
It's been fun. It's been fun to be sort of in that transition from the small team to what is quote unquote the larger team now. Not that 8 is huge or anything, but I was the 5th person, so I was like right at that tipping point from it being small enough where you could just tell one person one thing and then everybody knows everything, to now it's like you have to make sure we're tagging all the right people in our marketing channels and like getting information out. And yeah, I came on towards the end of last year through a mutual friend who was like, hey, Inner Sloth needs more programmers, you know, because at that point it was just Forrest as the programmer, and I was like, all right, I'm in. And then, yeah, rest is history. But it's been really fun getting to sort of grow the programming team as well and take at least some of the pressure off of Forrest to be the only person doing that kind of stuff and being able to do more output and get things out there faster.
So you've had like
Madre
you know,
mía,
notable
cómo se enrollan
celebrities
con
with
el
that
Among Us.
AOC, just mad people streaming it, and now it's really ingrained into pop culture. What are some of the most surreal, defining moments that have been heartwarming or have left an impact on the team since its original release until now?
Just all of the the fan art that comes in, and all the fan animations, like music videos, remixes, just so much amazing stuff. We have a channel in our Discord that we just post all this stuff, and it's just like empowering, gives us motivation to keep going.
You know, you've really been maintaining the life of the game with really interesting updates and drops. What can you share with everyone on Twitch watching during the Guerrilla Collective that is next for Among Us?
But yeah, we do have 15 players coming, which means we do need more colors because there's only 12 in the game. And so we're going to add 6 new colors. I don't know if that's been announced, but
I feel like we could say that we did at one point have a color named Barf that is not
true.
Released, so
what is that? Like, it's like a speckled
Traquito?
yellow or something?
Like a greenish yellow.
Yeah, imagine mashed up peas, like mashed up peas that you would feed a baby.
Wow.
Or like the barf emoji, just that color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I for one am disappointed that we don't have Barf in the game, but
Me too. I was a big champion for barf.
yeah, bring back Barf.
So no Barf?
No barf.
How do you come up with because it seems interesting that you're just talking about, you know, having the Barf colors. How do you come up with these different designs and ideas?
The colors are super hard. We're trying to move away from having colors be the main identifier for each character.
Cool.
So we want to lean more into cosmetics and names. So, but we still want to make them, at least to begin with, make them as distinct as possible. So I have to like pull up all the colors we have and then think about like, look at the color wheel and go, okay, maybe we don't have anything in this little zone. I'll try something here. And I compare them together and it's like, this one does look really similar to blue, or like, I could see this one getting mixed up with purple or something. But eventually we're just gonna have to kind of move away from that and not worry about it as much.
It's awesome to have you guys. Thank you guys for, you know, joining us for this. Is there anything that you want to tell the fans? Because there's going to be a lot of people probably watching this who want to know about something straight from the team.
I mean, just thank you. That's the one that's just always there. Thank you for playing. Thank you for liking the game.
Yeah, that's the same sentiment here. It's great. It's mind-boggling to be working on a game that this many people play and get like such an enjoyment out. Like I get texts from friends who are like, "Oh, my 12-year-old was playing with his friends and was bragging about knowing that his mom knows you," and I'm just like, "Oh."
That is awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. It's been amazing, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bueno, está bien. Montar un casino. ¿Qué es esto? Madre mía. Madre mía, ¿esto qué será?
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. King of the Hat is coming to Steam. King of the Hat is coming to the moment you've all been waiting for. This means that you can wishlist the game. If you wishlist the game right now, you can win. You can win a washing machine.
Success.
And if you wishlist the game right now, you can win a sticker.
Damn.
Oh my god! Wow! Which is the game? You might be entered into a contest. You might be able to spin every wheel. Which is the game?
Madre mía.
Team, hit the button. Do it for yourself. Do it to get back at your enemy. Hit the button and win! King of the Hat. Which is the game right now? Hats on.
Madre mía, lo que nos esperan por ahí. Ahora ya se está poniendo juegos indie. En una parte, bueno, dices, bien. En otra parte dices, vale, no te falta... Vale, ok. Gracias. Ahora ya nos van a poner juegos a saco. De este palo, ¿eh? De este palaco.
Crime is illegal.
Well, not anymore, thanks to Whitewater Wipeout by Chuhai Labs.
Thanks to Whitewater Wipeout, I can finally commit the cool crime of surfing.
Madre
Featuring
mía.
pure, NAR style, and conviction. What does that even mean?
It's a playdate game.
Yeah, Jeff? Yeah, I'm on set. I have no idea what the script is. No, I'm not gonna hold.
I'm Mihoko. I play Whitewater Wipeout.
At King Wash Laundry, we pride ourselves on providing years of garment cleaning excellence. Our customers come for the top-of-the-line deluxe washing machines, but they stay for our professional service. Now pick up the clothes and load them into an empty machine. Wait a few minutes, then transfer to a dryer. While you're waiting, make sure to pick up discarded coffee cups and throw them in the trash.
Thank you for choosing Arcade Mania. If you want to level up your takings and grow your arcade, just follow our simple 3-step plan. 1. Play your new game and set a killer high score. 2. Now watch as customers drop quarters trying to beat
Madre
your score
mía,
while
madre
you
mía,
sit
¿esto
back
qué es?
and fat profits. 3. Use your takings to buy a brand new cabinet from Arcade Mania. Just use your personal computer to surf the internet, and you can order online. Now just wait for your new purchase to arrive and do it all again. Play, profit, purchase. Play, profit, purchase. Play, profit, pest control, purchase! With these steps, your arcade is guaranteed to grow and expand into a glorious arcade paradise full of our biggest hits. Good luck, and always choose Arcade Mania.
Always use the brush for particularly stubborn waste matter. All that remains to be said is, welcome to King Wash Laundry.
am here with Douglas Bogart from Limited Run Games. What is happening, Doug?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, it's so awesome that Limited Run, you know, has reached its 5-year anniversary. Can you tell the people about Limited Run Games? If you know, folks that aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, so Limited Run Games, I started the company with my co-founder Josh Fairhurst. We started in October 2015 as a response to his dev company, Mighty Rabbit Studios, having trouble staying in business. We were off a big project and we didn't have a whole lot of work to do, so we were like, how do we stay in business? And then his biggest thing was we had one game on Vita called Breach and Clear, and he was like, you know, it'd be cool to at least preserve this game even if nobody wants it, so that way I have some proof that I did something and it's not all digital. So we did that, and we sold the game in October, and it sold out in 108 minutes. And kind of blossomed from there, you know. Got contacted by Epic, Oddworld, WayForward, started really pulling in the partners, and it's done like over, I think, like close to 700, 800 individual releases now.
That is
wild.
Super crazy, man. Like, what is like one of the highlights of your career in Limited Run Games, or what you've done?
There's a lot. So we had like a wish list of things we wanted to do originally, and we ended up doing all of those. But like, I'd probably say one of our biggest things is Scott Pilgrim, because that was like one of the founding pillars of what we wanted to do. And then for personally, like working with Suda on No More Heroes was a huge deal for me. Working with John Romero on Sigil, doing Command and Conquer with EA. We've just done a whole lot of cool stuff that I never thought we'd be able to. And I've talked to a lot of heroes I've always had, and it's like, I don't know, oh, the Jay and Silent Bob game is a huge deal for me. Like, you know, without Kevin Smith, Josh and I would never have mended a friendship that we had briefly broken up when we were young. So,
you know, what I think is really interesting is just your idea of doing things in that, you know, in a limited quantity. Can you kind of talk about like how, like what kind of different packages that you guys put together?
Yeah, so when Limited Run started off, we were definitely very limited, and the reasoning for that was, one, it costs a lot of money and resources to do it, and we didn't want to be stuck with overstock because we can't afford to just sit on a product that takes years to sell out.
Yeah, for sure.
We started off with limited stuff, and as we got bigger, we decided with Switch, like, hey, we have no idea what the audience is here. Why don't we try open pre-orders? And that worked out really well. And then with the pandemic hitting, we were like, you know what? Let's just do this for most of our stuff going forward. And I think the reception's been a lot better. So we're limited in like the amount of time basically now versus the amount of units, which I think is a better approach because it gives people a chance to get it, and it's not so much that like, oh, I missed out. I mean, people still miss out, but now we work with places like Best Buy, Amazon, and GameStop, and some of our games are available at retail, which is another cool thing for our developers, because, you know, as when you're younger, you're like, man, I wish one day my games could be on the store shelf, and now they can.
So cool.
And yeah, then we offer vinyl, we do collector's editions, we do press kits for companies, we do a whole lot of stuff now that's pretty amazing. We're always looking to expand. We're doing the retro stuff like we did for Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy with the stuff we've been able to do. Pretty much any idea here, you know, if an employee or coworker has an idea, it's like, why don't we run with it and see what happens and just test it out? Because you know what, if you like it, maybe there's an audience for it.
You guys have an event coming up. Can you plug it real quick? I think everybody should watch it. Talk about your upcoming releases and stuff.
We're doing our own E3 presentation called LRG3. It's going to be on June 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we got a whole bunch of cool games in the lineup that we're excited about. The show's being produced by one of the gentlemen from Mega 64 on his own. So it's got the same similar humor. And I don't know, we just watched actually the draft of the video, and it's really funny, and I'm kind of shocked actually that it came together so well.
That is so awesome. I hope everybody could check that out, you know. Where can we find you, more information about Limited Run Games and everything that you guys are doing?
Yeah, go to our website, limitedrungames.com. There's a mailing list option. Our Twitter, we update frequently at Limited Run Games. We have a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/limitedrungames. Pretty much any website you go to, just add /Limited Run Games, you might find us. think at one point we even had like a Tumblr account, so we were everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe a Pinterest account. I don't know.
So, well, thank you so much, Doug. It's awesome to see you guys flourish. Happy 5th anniversary, and everybody go check out LRG3, right?
Yep. Thank you so much.
For sure. Talk to you
Muchas
later.
gracias, no vuelvas.
Later, man.
The Inner Sloth team was so humble, and they've had such a great journey. Congrats to them. Also, Limited Run Games coming up on their 6th year. They've been 5 years strong, working with indie developers to get their games out in a limited capacity in a physical kind of space, So many great games and devs that have blessed the Guerrilla Collective this year. Shout out to them, and thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, and be sure to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam, where you can learn more about these games, buy the games that are available now, or add the games to your wish list for the games that have not been released yet. Wish lists help, so do it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
We also want to thank everybody who was involved to making this production possible. Wilmer Sound, of course. Thank you so much, Alex. It's so great to be in this space. The mix team, of course, AV Society, Timmy, Code 32, Fully Illustrated, everybody that has contributed. Also, thanks once again to our sponsors and broadcasting partners for their support. GameSpot, Twitch, IGN, and Steam. You guys are awesome for hosting the stream. Also, we want to shout out to our sponsors: Good Shepherd, Humble Games, Tiny Build, PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter, Razer, Astro Gaming, our fellow devs and publishers, Two Awesome Studio, Akupara Games, All In Games, Goblin Studio, Graffiti Games, Head Up, Hype Train Digital, Neon Doctrine, Raw Fury, Thunderful, and Whitethorn Games. That wraps up the Guerrilla Collective 2. Such a fun time with developers worldwide and awesome partners. Thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate it.
Yes, and before we head out, we're going to show the Wholesome Direct trailer and come back with our friend, Jenny Wyndham.
Stay tuned.
Ya se acababa esto, ¿no? Otro.
Such a cozy and warm trailer. That was very nice.
It was really, really nice. Sweet. We have our friend Jenny Wyndham, aka Kim Chica, on the line to get started with the Wholesome Direct. Hey Jenny, how is it going?
Yes, thanks Justin and everyone at the Guerrilla Collective. Also congratulations to all of the devs who showcased. You all did wonderfully. I can't wait to play all of your games. And yeah, stick around. We have the Wholesome Direct coming up with new game announcements, exclusive footage, developer interviews, and it's just going to be a wonderfully cozy time. So hope you all enjoy it.
Thanks so much, Jenny, for joining us. Looking forward to checking out the show. That wraps up the Guerrilla Collective 2. I am your host, Justin Woodward, with
Alex Wilmer.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Guerrilla Collect, not Guerrilla Collective, and on all other social media platforms at Guerrilla Collective. You can check out the mix at Indie Exchange on Twitter and everywhere else at Media Indie Exchange. Stay tuned for Wholesome Direct. We will see you all soon. Peace.
Bueno, pues ya nos tenemos que preparar para el siguiente evento. Siguiente evento es... vamos a ver... a las 7. A ver. Bueno, ese juego todo es indie, por lo que yo veo aquí. Por lo que yo veo aquí, van a ser todos juegos indie.
What is happening? I am here with one of the co-founders of Wholesome Games, Matthew Taylor. He and his brother started Wholesome Games, which sparked off Wholesome Direct. Can you tell everyone how Wholesome Games got started?
Well, it started out really simple. My brother James and I just were really excited about some upcoming games at the time. Like, I always go back to Ooblets and Mineko's Night Market as the two that I was really excited about, and it just kind of seemed like there was a little bit of momentum building for those kinds of games. And then Wholesome Games was just a Twitter account that curated that stuff, and then that grew into a Discord, and then last year that all kind of culminated in Wholesome Direct, which is probably what most people know us for now.
That's dope. Wait, so the Discord, is that open to the developers and also the audience, or just the audience? I didn't even know there was Discord. I should have known that.
Yeah, the Discord is like not the biggest Discord, not the smallest, but I really like it. I think we have a great community on there, and it's a really great mix of developers and fans. So I think you get people from, you know, every walk of the industry in there, and I think that's what makes it such a cool, welcoming space.
Yeah, for sure.
Ese es Muppet Win.
¿Qué pasa, Javier?
¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa, tío? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo va el asunto este?
Bien, bien. Pues el de guerrilla ha estado chulo, la verdad. La verdad que sí. Sí, no te voy a mentir. El de guerrilla ha sido el mejor de todos los que han hecho. Trailer, gameplay, todo seguido. Y un ratito hablando, pero a ver, y al final de día, hombre, hablar un poco, ¿sabes? Que solo estoy viendo juegos. Ya está bien.
Sí, sí.
Pero es que lo de ayer fue muy cómico. Era para arrancarte los ojos, tirarlos a la basura, coger gasolina, tirar gasolina a la basura y meterle fuego, ¿sabes?
Ya ves. ¿A qué hora es el de Ubisoft?
Pues es a las, si no me equivoco.
8:30. 8:30.
Te diría que a las 9.
Vale.
A las 9. Aquí pone a las 9.
Vale.
Ahora hacen el de guerrilla. Se ve que lo hace junto al de Walls Som, algo así se llama. Que son otros juegos indie. Supongo que harán pero empieza a las 7, cada media hora. Entonces será una horita más y luego ya Ubisoft.
Pásame el link, ¿tienes el link?
¿Del que tengo puesto yo?
Sí.
Sí, te lo paso. Te lo paso volanding. A ver, por aquí. Y... ¿Lo copio en general?
Sí, perfecto.
Lo tenéis ahí en general, ¿vale?
Puedo aumentar un poquillo de regla.
Sí, ahora están haciendo bien un poco el descanso y están comentando un poquito, pues, lo que han visto y eso. Hay un par de juegos bastante interesantes, por lo visto. Y luego otro demás eran indies y cosas así, pero alguno sí que estaba guay.
Pues, bueno, ahora veremos a ver qué. He estado mirando un rato y parecía interesante.
Bueno, el final no, ¿eh? El final básicamente porque los juegos que veía eran ya de animalitos raros, casinos con bichos raros y... Han puesto hasta un juego, han prestado un juego indie de comida rápida.
De comida rápida.
Sí, en plan que trabajas en una hamburguesería de estas típicas, ¿no? Y por la noche salen vacas y cosas chungas y tienes que esquivarlas y movidas.
Madre mía.
Sí. Se les ha ido la olla en eso, por eso. Ay. Y por lo demás, nada destacable, ¿eh?
For sure. What has the response been from developers about, just wholesome games?
¿Qué dice este?
Wholesome Direct.
It's been really positive. I think people are really appreciative anytime, like, we try to be really honest that everything is for the games and everything we do is to bring attention to the developers. And I think developers can tell that there's that honesty to it. And then in terms of the Direct, that's when I'm most impressed, because last year no one knew how Wholesome Direct was going to turn out, and we still had developers that we loved for a lot of time in the trailers, and I was like, y'all don't really know how it's going to turn out. They put so much faith that we weren't going to mess it up. And then, this year, I guess there's a little more assurance that we're going to do our best, but there was a lot of faith, and I think that's just a reflection of how excited people are for Wholesome Games in general.
Yeah, congrats on that. I know how it is flying by.
¿Estás viendo el fútbol o qué?
Make something happy. Happen, and happy too. I think what is really interesting is
¿Estás por ahí, Javi?
agile enough to do that as a small.
Javi no está, Javi se fue.
A community, and that's what the Guerrilla Collective is a community of developers and publishers, and we were able to, kind of foresee what troubles were going to happen last year during this, the lack of E3 and just, Voltron it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it kind of leveled the playing field for everybody, because there were all these established events, but it's almost like music production.
No te sentía, que estaba muteado, no sé qué había pasado.
¿Has visto el fútbol hoy o qué?
Un poco.
¿Has visto el Gran Bale?
El Gran Bale ha sido useless, Useless.
¿No te ha convencido el partido de hoy, Bale, entonces?
No. Not too much.
¿Serías totalmente justo y crítico con tu decisión de no apoyarle en este partido?
Sí. Y el clickbait que he visto esta mañana ponía: ojo, Piqué podría retirarse del fútbol.
¿Y eso que no ha puesto? ¿El marca?
No se lo ha puesto. Entró y ponía, y decía Piqué: si Koeman no cuenta conmigo, me retiro.
Un grande.
Es un grande. ¿Cómo le gustan los clickbaits?
Hostia, ¿de ayer viste algo del partido de ayer?
Un poco. Italia jugó bien,
Pero, ¿viste lo de las manos o no?
Eso no lo vi.
Hostia.
¿Manos?
Hostia. Pero cómico no, lo de después, ¿eh? Ya es que ya dice, no. Es que yo ayer me partí el culo, tío. Porque, te digo una cosa, ¿tú escuchas a Camacho en la tele, tío? Y me da la sensación de que como que estuvimos tú y yo en el bar, tomando una cerveza medio borrachos, hablando de fútbol, ¿sabes? Lo mismo me suena a mí, ¿sabes? Con 4 carajillos en el cuerpo y...
Sí, no. Es que ponen a gente que han sido futbolistas, entrenadores, pero van a hablar y no tienen el criterio, o no saben hablar, o no eligen las palabras correctas, o no saben expresar su conocimiento futbolístico, pero vamos, aquello dices, ¿what?
Pero es que el chaval, a ver, el otro centra, aquel va con las manos abiertas, en plan, arriba las manos, está la policía aquí, pues tipo eso. Le golpea la mano y el Camacho suelta un... pero a ver, no es intencionado. Digo, hombre, si tú tienes una falta y yo levanto las manos y miro para arriba, ¿sabes? Tampoco es intencionado, no lo estoy mirando, ¿sabes?
Claro. Sí.
Pues el tío...
Es como si... Sí, lo que tú dices, tienes una falta, abres los brazos pero miras hacia atrás, ¿sabes? Y toda la paras. No, es que eso sin querer. Es que... Tío, sin querer.
Brutal. Y el tío lo decía todo convencido. Por eso no había sido penalti. Yo digo, vale. Vale. Luego nos quejamos del VAR en España, ¿sabes? Pero es que... es que telita, ¿eh?
Telita. Un segundo, ahora bien.
Ok.
It's really tough. I think it's one of those things where the more you follow us, and certainly anyone who watches Wholesome Direct today, by the end of it, will have an understanding of what fits. For me, I think one of the through lines is uplifting in general. Like, you can go through really dark moments. I always love Spirit Fair as an example, which we had in last year's Direct. That's a game that brings a lot of people to tears. It's a game that goes through really harsh moments, and doesn't really shy away from any of that. And that's one of the things I love about Wholesome Games is we've created this space where you can absolutely go as deep and in some cases as dark as you want, but there's always that element of kind of humility and humanness at the core of it, and that element of heart, and I really appreciate that. It's not cynical in the way some things might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in general, anything that kind of has that uplifting or heartfelt nature, that's what I look for.
That's cool. Definitely has soul. So
Yeah,
where can we? Yeah. So where can we find out about Wholesome Direct? Where can we follow you, and all that? And Wholesome Games, not just Wholesome Direct.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna do wholesomegames.com for everything. We'll have links to the Twitter, which is where a lot of people know.
A ver, ¿qué nos cuentan ahora estos?
That we're doing with the Yeti and the IRC, and the biggest thing is at the end of the show we'll have a full list of everything there, so we'll make it really easy to go wish list, follow, support, and at the end of the day it is about the developers, so we're trying to make it easy for everyone to find them.
For sure. And Wholesome Direct is coming up really soon, so everybody stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate you, and everybody involved with Wholesome Games and Wholesome Direct.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin.
All right.
Venga, 14 minutitos. 14 minutitos y esto ya va, ¿eh? Me toca el pianito este, ¿eh? Como entre los gatitos. Unos con guantecitos, ¿eh? De franela. Madre mía. Toca musiquita los gatitos. Ay, tío, ¿dónde lo puedo ver esto?
Hola.
Hola.
Cuando se creó B365,
No quiero escuchar esto.
teníamos una visión sencilla. Queríamos conectar a la gente con cada partido importante. Queríamos crear la
Pero
mejor
¿cómo te
aplicación de deportes. Y lo hicimos. Descarga la aplicación. Comprueba por ti mismo por qué B365.
Dime. Hostia, ¿has visto lo de Eriksen, loco? Buah, 10 minutos haciéndole ahí RCP y toda la historia, ¿eh? Sí, 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 está parado. Tengo... ¿Qué pasa, Sergio? Aquí estamos en el directo. Estamos un poco de descansito ahora. Descansito ahora que está la cosa tranquila. Ahora en 15 segundos empieza el siguiente evento. Pero no pinta, este lo pinta muy bien, ¿eh? El de guerrilla, la verdad que ha estado muy chulo. Pero este ya serán juegos indie y no sé hasta qué punto va a llamar la atención. Supongo que tenemos que mantenernos a la espera una horita más hasta que empiece... ¿No? ¿A las 8 o a las 9 empieza? Creo que empezaba a las 9, ¿no? El de Ubisoft.
Welcome back to Wholesome Direct, a celebration of wholesome games. My name is Jenny Wyndham, and I am joined by my co-hosts Victoria Tran and
A
Derek
las
Fields.
9.
Sit back and relax as we bring you exclusive footage from 75 wholesome games.
And remember, if you see any games you love today, head over to wholesomegames.com to get all the info and find out how you can support the developers.
All right, let's get started.
Ya empezamos con los juegos indies. ¿Esto qué es una serie? ¿Qué es esto? Madre mía, por favor. Igual vamos a dejar pasando. Que vaya avanzando el evento.
What channel is that coming on? Rakelet is a mysterious adventure game where you explore a strange town by following trails of light. During your journey, you'll help the residents of this town by using items illuminated by the light to progress the story.
Go onto Steam right now, please.
Yes.
Any game, like taking photos and slapping on a filter, slapping on stickers. I'm into it. I'm into it.
Hi, I'm Annie.
And I'm Lucas, and we are
Max Inferno. And we're very excited to introduce to you our tidy puzzle game, A Little to the Left.
It's a game where you stack, sort, and organize things into just the right spot.
Yep. Wait. Does that look crooked to you? Ah! It's okay, I can fix it.
Sí, sí, Sergio, la de guerrilla ha estado muy bien, muy bien. No ha parado de sacar trailers, sacar gameplays. Ha estado muy bien, está muy bien. Pero esta, te digo, esta ya sabía lo que iba a ver. La otra verdad que está muy chula, está muy chula. La mejor sin duda.
We're just getting started, but I'd love to take a moment to mention our collaboration with the International Rescue Committee.
There are now more than 80 million refugees and displaced people around the world who have been forced out of their homes.
The IRC provides emergency aid and long-term support to refugees and those displaced by war, persecution, or natural disasters.
We've partnered with Yeti to offer some limited-time Wholesome Direct merch, like this incredible 3D acrylic stand, as well as a t-shirt featuring games from today's event. $5 from every product sold goes to the International Rescue Committee.
While wholesome games often show us what a kinder world can look like, we hope this reminds you to never forget the suffering in our own world and what we can do to help.
If you'd like to learn more, you can visit rescue.org/wholesomegames or follow @rescue.org on Twitter.
Cast spells, be queer, and crash the biggest concert of the year. Spirit Swap is an action puzzle game set in a lush, narrative-driven world of witchy demons. Swap to the beat as you reassemble lost spirits, enjoy the lo-fi soundtrack, decorate your bedroom, and hang with friends.
Madre mía.
Behind the Frame is a narrative-driven puzzle game. Features a unique painting mechanic, 360-degree panoramic scenes, and a totally custom soundtrack.
Suspesa partita, ¿eh?
Sí, estaba viendo.
Hostia. Vaya tela.
Pues sí.
Hi, I'm Megan Fox, lead developer on Skatebird. Skate games have a history of being input dense and using every button on the gamepad and requiring rapid inputs to boot. Skatebird is no exception, as you can see here, but I wanted to see if I could simplify that at all. So I started looking at ways of reducing buttons and thus how much hand travel is required during gameplay. The easiest one was auto push.
Ubisoft Start en 1 hora 51.
Even classic skate games
Sí, claro, a las 9.
avoid input density on the left stick. After that, I wanted to try and reduce how much your right hand moves. So I started by merging grind and ollie. Normally pulling off a grind requires moving your hand from the bottom of the gamepad face all the way to the top. But now it's just an easy double tap of the bottom button. Add in the option that slows the game down, being able to grab or kickflip with just one button too, and hopefully anyone will be able to have fun skateboarding with the bird when Skatebird releases soon.
Here Comes Nico is the cozy 3D platformer for tired people. What we're seeing now is a showcase of some of the friendly, quirky characters you'll meet in the game.
¿Qué es esto, tío? Madre mía. Hostia, pero... ¿Pero tú lo has visto? ¿Cómo se ha desplomado? ¿Y eso?
No.
Yo esto lo tenía medio de fondo, estaba viendo qué es lo que están diciendo aquí, de repente he visto que estaba parado.
He visto que lo habían dicho, pero no.
Hostia. Pues se ve que ha saltado y se ha desplomado ya el tirón.
Ya ves.
No pinta muy bien la cosa, la verdad.
No. Esperemos que se recupere y ya está.
Que sea un susto.
Sí.
Pero ya cuando he visto que le ponían el oxígeno y lo han rodeado con mantas, digo...
Hostia, sí, se ha desplomado. Ya iba caminando, ahora estoy viendo el vídeo.
¿Lo has encontrado?
Sí.
Pásamelo, por favor. Que yo no he visto el trozo ese.
Y
Pues se ha caído del tirón, ¿no?
Se ha caído solo, sí. Lo quitarán estos vídeos y pasado. Es que iba caminando y se le veía cara a cara, ¿eh? Hostia, se me ha quedado... Es que impacta mucho, ¿eh?
A hard-working career woman in the big city, 1986. She decides to take a break and goes back to her hometown to become...
¿Ves el vídeo?
Sí, he visto, madre mía.
Impacta mucho, ¿eh?
It's hardly a chore, driving a mail truck around such magnificent scenery. Meeting people is also part of the job. Some of them are familiar, many are new. Some of them are friendly, some are very busy, some are happy, some seem happy, some like cats, while others just want their mail. And some of them she could get to know a little bit better. Who knows what will happen in 2 weeks? Meredith might even change a few lives, including her own.
will see you there. There's so much to that game. I'm excited for it. All the little characters and their names especially were just a cute touch already.
My cheeks hurt.
Se ve que no viene ni ambulancia, ¿sabes?
No.
Buah, qué triste.
Es muy triste.
Pocopa's Atlas is a grand adventure on an uncharted planet.
Dice Calero que se ha saludado a sus padres de Calero.
Sí, he saludado.
Dice que está él.
Ya he saludado.
Sí. Que está el chat y dice Calero. He dicho, saludado a mis padres. Debe estar riendo a lo mejor seguro ahora. Ah, no se debe escuchar, ¿no? Claro. Debe escuchar las dos cosas.
Claro.
as the team behind Letters of Written Adventure.
The game is about Sarah, a young girl from Switzerland who is writing letters to her pen friend. Thanks to these letters, she's able to communicate her feelings, hopes, and dreams.
As the game progresses and Sarah gets older, there will be different sides to the story for you to discover, depending on the words that you chose.
IBM Games presents Letters. Follow the life of Sarah through all the good times and bad times. Help her find her voice to fight monsters and use the power of words in this nostalgic pen pal adventure. Look for it later this year on Steam and also Nintendo Switch.
You're alone on a cold Christmas night. Stuck at home in a foreign country. That's okay though. You'll get through it by cooking a hot dish intended for 6 people. Hot Pot for One is a short experience about the bitterness of lonely times and the sweet comfort of food that keeps us going. Traverse the grove as a guardian grape. Protect friends, gather precious materials, and repair social ties and structures by bringing the community of each village together as they work to fend off the rot. Guide Concord's restoration efforts and earn the trust of the community.
Tracks of Thought is an RPG shaped by your own personality. Find common ground in card-based battles and overcome your pitfalls together. Ready to confront yourself? Be sure to catch the demo on Steam right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Olson, the game director of Beasts of Maravilla Island. Beasts of Maravilla Island is a game about discovering extraordinary creatures, learning their behaviors, and most importantly, photographing their majesty. My team and I are so excited
of an aspiring wildlife photographer armed with her grandfather's camera and a field guide of Maravilla Island. Explore, discover extraordinary creatures, interact with them in their natural habitat, and photograph the enchanting, unique behaviors you reveal. On your journey through the magic jungles, you'll climb, explore, and solve puzzles with the island's flora and fauna to find and photograph its fabulous beasts. Play with a rambunctious otter crocodile. Be the wingman for a love-struck bird monkey, and discover the favorite hiding spots of birds disguised as bananas.
Y ha ocurrido esto. Eriksen, futbolista del Inter de Milán.
Hi, I'm Trent, and this is my grandma.
Hi!
And we're here to show you a trailer for my new game, Walk with Yaya. It's about walking your grandma around the neighborhood after she's had a scary fall, and you're trying to build her confidence back up. What did you think about the trailer, Gaga?
It was good.
If your grandma likes something, that means it's good.
Bonjour, I'm Cédric Babouche, the art director of Un Je ne sais quoi, working with Humanimation on a watercolor adventure, Dordogne. Dordogne follows Mimi, a young woman revisiting her childhood memories through puzzles and letters that her grandmother left for her. Everything in Dordogne is hand-painted on paper before being brought to life in game. Through the adventure, you will help Mimi build her journal with the photos, sounds, and words you will find. Before long, Mimi's journal will be full of memories of the summers she will have spent with her grandmother in Dordogne. A nostalgic adventure, Dordogne is brimming with feeling and heart. Help Mimi see once again through the eyes of the little girl who marveled at everything when Dordogne launches later this year on PC and Nintendo Switch. We can't wait to show you more.
That was gorgeous.
Yeah, I got little chills watching that. That was so nice.
Cool.
It's like you get to take pictures, but also, you know how when you have childhood memories and sometimes there's like sounds that you really like, and I like that you get to like also use sounds in your scrapbook. That's really, really cool.
Tasamachi Behind the Twilight, you'll join Yukumo in her journey to repair her beloved airship in a mysterious silent town.